Hi, welcome back to the course Modeling of Digital Service. In our last video, or the video on design process from wireframe to prototyping, we mentioned that we'll be designing the front page or the front page of Laria's website. Let's take this template which I'm showing you as a requirement document we have received, and for the purpose of this video we will be doing wireframing. So the wireframing mainly is the part where we try to throw in ideas of how the user interface could be, and then try to discuss with the team before we go into prototyping. So here we have a short description about the company or the university, goal, target users. There's a brand colors here, and then if we go down here with the logo, and then we have the font. Of course, if Star Guide wasn't available at this point, and then the structure of the site should be like in the home we have degree, international, research, about us. If we go down here in a simple way, so the home will have these menus, and under the degree we have three major ones: bachelor's, master's, and other. And then under the bachelor's we have these degrees. So it goes like that, and based on this we should be able to create something out of it. And of course there was we also went through some of the functional requirements, and then use user story to even detail it based on the users a lot. So let's head over to the Axure and then start with our work. I've already gone ahead. In this case we'll be doing both English and Finnish language pages. So I have already created here a folder called English pages, and under that we have the home page, which is English. Okay, in this case we don't need it because I already created this as under English, so we already know home. And then under the home we also have these pages that will be, if we click more, and then we can add research, and then what's it about us, let's see, yeah, about us. And of course there was a hamburger menu. If we go back to the document quickly to check that one, so if we scroll all the way up here, we have the search, and then the menu, which is a hamburger menu, and under that we have the degree programs again, about Laria, research and development, international. So basically a repetition of most of the things there. And then of course most important and quick links for Laria, intra, and other stuff, and then student services. So these will also be taken into consideration, but for now our main concentration is to do a wireframe for the front page. So let's go ahead, and then we'll be doing the drag and drop, so you see how you can start with this. First of all, we are going with this page. I have to double click to select it. Now I have already selected like low fidelity, so I'm just give you an example, a typical example of how this looks like when I say, okay, if I put this one here and put tests, like tests, so it changes to this. If I select the normal, you see how the test now looks like. So okay, maybe if I make it a little bit big, then you see the contrast. So this is how it looks. So the rough, that's the low, and then the normal one will be like the normal test. But as I always say, before you start any process, any project, you need to define the width or the resolution or the dimension of your website. And from here we do have already predefined ones that you can use, but you can also customize it. So if I want to customize it, this time I want to make it 1600, and this, it looks like that, and this is because I have already checked Laria's site and it uses that kind of a width, and that's why I'm using it that way. When we get to the prototyping part, we will look at how to check all these if you need to. So from here, I will want to do the header, so I'll just drag and drop something, and then again let me go back and select low. So we are doing this as a low fidelity wireframe, we're not placing any emphasis on colors or content. We are just placing dummy stuff there to represent it. So here the header, maybe I've already again checked, I think it's 105 or so, and from here we can use this placeholder to represent everything we want to do. So with this, I can place this one here and say FI, and that will represent the language. Copy, paste, and then EN, that will be the English. Now we need the menus. Now let's place again something here. Just move this as the logo. Maybe the logo might be a little bit bigger, so I'll just place it that way. And then you can just copy paste the same thing with control, and then you just, if I do control and then drag and drop, that's it. I can just do it that way as well. So on this side we have degrees. Okay, let me put this one a little bit closer here, and then we have international. Okay, a little bit longer. Okay, and then I just again control, drag and drop, control, drag and drop, and here I can put something like that was research, and then about us. Good. So our page is taking shape, and then we do have search. Of course, you can use placeholder. Okay, now if this is here, you realize that it's kind of not aligned well. I can just drag and select everything. I don't want to select the background, so with shift I can unselect that one and make sure these are selected. Now from here I can place all of them like that, and then maybe also make sure that, okay, I want them to be equally spaced out. So horizontally I can do this, so then the space between them are equal. And then I'll have the logo, and then I have the others. And then the next thing will be to add the search. So I can put in the library, I can search, and then just drag and drop there. With the shifts, you can then make sure that you are doing this to be more proportional, and then you can just again. So now I need to do the hamburger menu, unfortunately. Okay, so if I put here menu, I don't seem to have that icon here. So what can I do? I can create it my own. Just drag something here. Of course, you can also use if I just go back, drag this one here, and then maybe I want to increase the border a little bit, so this should be fine. 4 should be okay, and the width is 200. Let's say I want to make it like 40. Okay, maybe 40 is even too big. I'll make it 30. So you can do this once it's selected. You can do it from here, or you can check the style and also do it from this side as well. So now I have this as the 30. That should be fine. I can then copy paste 3 times, drag and drop, and select everything. So with this I can then again click here, push this one, and then with this I can then make sure they are all on same level. Then select everything and say group, and then you can give it a name. Let's say menu. Then drag and place it there. So in this case I want it to be, let's say here. Good. So we have the language on the other side. Okay, and maybe if I want all of them to be aligned that way, I'll select it this way, and then again take the background out, and from here I can then select this one. So let's see. So it looks like now all of them are on the same level, and I can just bring them back a little bit bottom. Good. So this is the header. Now I need to also make a banner, so I can look for the image icon like that. Let's place it here, and maybe this should be enough. And then the next thing is to place this one here. Now I want this to be like a diagonal here. I can right click on this and change shape. So once you are here, you have different kinds of shapes here. If none of them fits the purpose, what you want to use it for, that is fine. You can right click again and say that edit points, and then here you can then drag this one all the way like that. And of course you can hide the border. So then when the image is there, then you have this side that way. And of course I want to have a header here, and then a button, and a button here, and then people or users can then, if I just drag this one here, and that's way, maybe at the bottom close here, we can then copy paste this one here. So that is what you use to change the carousel or the slideshow. So again, I want to make sure they are aligned, and I want to make sure that horizontally they are evenly distributed, something like this. So now I have a fair idea, and of course if this one is selected, then I can, for example, give it a color a little bit. At this point, as I said, we can fill it with any color, so that's what is selected. The next thing that I want to do is to give it maybe a different background, but as I said, this is just there, so I will just put any background here, and then put the next heading, maybe could be heading 2, not necessarily heading 1. So again, all this we will look at it when we start with the design prototyping itself. For now, I'm just throwing things there. So we have this, Okay, let's deal with this way, and let's just put here that we have a question like this here. Okay, this is a bit out of place. Yep, now it should be fine. And maybe I'll just drag this one a little bit up or back a little bit. Again, making sure it's well aligned. And from here, we need to again have some content here. So we should probably have image. Let's take it this way. Again, you can with control drag and have these ones. Select all of them with shift, and then again ensure that they are evenly distributed. Let me see if I have selected them as okay. Good. Now I can click. Now they are evenly distributed, and maybe we can even, this is 445 width, we can even increase it a little bit to say 490. Let's do that. So 490. Okay, and now I can probably drag this one a little bit here, and again select everything here and make sure they are evenly distributed. If I want to stretch all of them, I can just do that. Maybe drag this a little bit down, and from here I can then again, if I want to put some text on top of this, so we create this, then copy paste. So control that, control, perfect. And here we could then again also put maybe heading 3. So maybe heading 3 here. Again, control. So this could be degrees or something. So could be, just put it this way, degree programs. And then I have here teacher staff exchange. And lastly, we have research. Research and development. Okay. We could place some content like that, or divider like that here, and then we can place some dummy description tests, here. Okay, good. The next is to, maybe we want to inform users to apply for degree programs. So that could be the next session. So we could then say let's place this one here. Again, with the shift you can drag so that you keep the ratio intact. So let's put it this way, and here you can then of course increase the font and say apply January, just apply January 2022, something like that. And again, maybe some heading there, something demo tests as well, and maybe a button. And of course we can give this also a different background just for the dummy. So you realize that I've done this already and I'm putting this as a background. So again, from here we can then say send this to the background, and then it's done. Just bringing everything inside now. And of course here we can also hide the border. Next we want to again maybe do similar thing as we did here. We can right click, drag and drop, and again select this one, and then with control we can copy and paste here, and of course change the text if we need that to be. And then the next thing will be maybe some, so this is more like a news session, so we want to place some small text somewhere that talks about maybe the news, and then we add date to it, and then of course the maybe featured news will be somewhere here. So we want to place, maybe I copy the same thing here, and maybe we can just update this quickly. It can be dummy test, of course, once you are not sure. What you may want to put there. So it could be like this, and then you have your button, a big one, and then maybe featured image here on the side. Okay, maybe this button is too big, so I'll just get a little bit like that. And then of course other news could be placed here as well, and we could then do the same thing. Here we want to talk about maybe some student projects, and then here we want to talk about student story, and maybe here we want to put news and dates. So, and then we can have just the title as a description there. So for now I'm not too much concerned about the font or which headings I'm using. I just want to place something there that the team can deliberate on in terms of what kind of structure we could have for the front page. So let's just copy the same thing here, for example. Good. And then we need some, maybe some headings here, or some boxes might be okay. So let's place some boxes here. Okay, seems to be fine. 4 of those. And of course here, of course in this case we could even delete these ones and just use the placeholder. That should be fine. So since we are not yet, we don't know yet what we want to place there, so I'll just put it this way with the control, drag and drop. And then maybe we can select everything here and try to stretch it out a little bit here and there as well. And again, I want to increase the font size of each of these to say 36. And here we could again put degree programs. And then I noticed why probably L'Oreal did this way. We will see when we start to do this what we may want to improve. And then we have research and development, and then of course about us. So the same thing at the heading is also placed below here. And then again we can again drag this way below here, place this as events. So all events happening in the school could also be in this session. Then again we could have a different background, change the font a little bit. I want F2 like that. And in this one again can copy paste this one here. Change the content here to this. So oops, kind of social responsibility stuff here. And here we could have similar content as we have here. So I can simply copy this one and try to take this one out and copy the same thing all the way down here. And let me increase this one. After this I want to do the footer, so I might want to do like again logo here, logo, and then we have maybe just copy the same stuff here. As usual, select everything and make sure it's evenly distributed. Below it here I could put some text, like maybe some lists. like this there. Copy the same thing for now here. This could be steady Laria. This could also be services that we offer, and of course maybe social media stuff. And here we could then go here and say maybe Twitter, for example. Facebook. LinkedIn. Instagram. And so forth. Good. And that could be our photo. So basically we have been able to create a complete wireframe from there, and this is how it looks. If we preview, this is how it looks. This is the photo. We have some content here, events. So this is something that you can then take with your design team to start deliberating on their positions. Okay, we want to move this language then to here. We want to move the logo there. We want to have this one move closer here. So those could be ideas to discuss. We want to change this and a whole lot. So then you build upon this gradually. For now, I hope this was helpful. This is how to create kind of a static wireframe without any style, just placing things there and then discussing with your team. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we will then try to go into actual prototyping with this.